Hello and welcome. This is Franck Contrepois, the Chief Simplification Officer. As a manager, you probably said something around the line of, if you need me, just contact me, or come to my office, or drop by my desk. That is an open door policy. When your office door or instant messaging status is open, people in your team can come over and have a conversation with you. Imagine this. I'm sitting at my desk, fully immersed in a report that needs to be sent today. I have finally got the latest information I need to make it a great report. There is light at the end of the tunnel. When suddenly, John pops in asking for a meeting. My first thought? I left the door open. While my mouth would say, please sit. My brain is running in circles, trying to put some context around John. What is his role? Were there any issues? What did we talk about last time? And many other random thoughts. All while I have a billboard in the back of my head with written on it, "Send the report." In summary, I am not 100% or even 50% present for John, and that is wrong. Another inconvenience of the open door policy is that it ends up being abused by some and ignored by others. Shy people would never show up, and over time you might even forget about them. Others might just show up too often, using you as a sounding board. That is not your role. So while I love the idea of a manager being available for team members, I disagree with the open door approach. My proposed approach, that I will call the one-to-one approach, is, in a nutshell, a systematic and structured approach to the open door policy. The approach will help you master 4 new skills. Here is how to make it work. First thing, let's set some rules of the game. A one-to-one is when the manager listens and does not lead. The initiative is left to the person having the one-to-one. I highly recommend you to have at least one weekly one-to-one with each of your direct reports. And set the timer for 30 or 60 uninterrupted minutes. This is, I find, the hardest thing. So what happens during the one-to-one? Always start with "How are you?" and pay attention to the body language. If the body language of the answer does not match what's being said, then I recommend you to continue with a sentence started like "it feels like." For example, "it feels like you're uncomfortable." "It feels like you're tired." And then wait some seconds, 4 or 5 seconds of silence, and that will normally trigger some speaking. Make it clear that the time is for them to talk. If they do not start, or if it's the first time, make sure you say something around the lines of, "Do you have something you want to talk about?" And then, when they start talking, make sure you do not interrupt. Sometimes a rant will follow. They're just complaining, even about yourself. Listen, do not solve. If the conversation stops, or doesn't start really, try one of the following questions. What did you do last week? What bothered you last week? What is your main project? Is there anything blocking you? What can I do for you? And the last thing is, at least on a quarterly basis, ask the following questions. What am I doing right that you would like me to do more? What am I doing wrong that you'd like me to do less? The answers will provide you invaluable feedback